Hey, what's up, studs? Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and welcome to my review of the LEGO Star Wars 2020 Obi-Wan's Hut. It's set number 75270. It includes 200 pieces, and in the United States costs $30. I bought this at Target for that price. Of course, maybe you'll find it on sale, and that, of course, would be even better than the $30 price point. That being said, there are 4 minifigs in this set: Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker, R2D2, and a Tusken Raider. All very nice minifigs, although I will say the Tusken Raider is also in the Bantha vs. T16 Skyhopper Microfighter set that we also get this year. Same with Luke Skywalker, is also included in the Luke's Landspeeder, which I just so happen to have off to the side there. So the box art is beautiful, as always, for LEGO Star Wars Obi-Wan's Hut. This is a first-time LEGO set. We've never gotten Obi-Wan's Hut in LEGO before. The back side of the box shows off some of the interior features and other little accessories of Obi-Wan's Hut, which is pretty nice. You can see it in its folded up orientation. It can become very, very compact, which is nice. And then you can see Obi-Wan fighting a Tusken Raider, which is pretty neat. Perhaps the highlight of this set for many people will be the Princess Leia Organa hologram piece. So we'll take a look at that momentarily. But first, let's look at the minifigs. First up is R2D2, and I'll keep it short and simple on R2D2. You probably already have an R2D2, let's be honest. You're not buying this set to get R2D2, but it's a standard run-of-the-mill R2D2. My particular model has a very wonky head print. You can see it's very sideways, so that's unfortunate, but that tends to be a very common problem with these minifigures from LEGO. The Tusken Raider included in this set is the exact same as the one that we get in the Bantha vs. T16 Skyhopper minifigure, so I would also say that you're probably not buying this set for the Tusken Raider minifigure. It's not the cheapest way to get him if that's your only goal in buying a LEGO set. He does have his gaffy stick. His torso and leg print are excellent, just like they are in the T16 vs. Bantha Microfighters. I love the head mold that they gave this figure. I think starting in 2014 they did that, and it's amazing. I mean, this is an incredibly spot-on head mold with an incredible amount of detail. I mean, it's probably one of the most detailed things out of LEGO Star Wars is that Tusken Raider head, and I think it's honestly probably underappreciated by both myself and a lot of my viewers. Like, I really don't think I appreciate that helmet enough. Kind of looks like a rubber band ball when you look at it from the backside, but also very nice back print with a belt looking thing, and a nice figure as you would expect from a Tusken Raider. Luke Skywalker simply looks great in this set. I mean, if you want a standard and new Luke Skywalker, this might be a good set to pick him up in. He looks awesome. Obviously, he doesn't have the poncho that he does in the Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder, so maybe if you're looking for that, you might want to spend the money elsewhere, but he looks good enough in this set, just like you would expect Luke Skywalker to look. They haven't really brought anything crazy and new onto this figure, but the faces look nice enough, and it's Luke Skywalker. I mean, that's your standard episode 4 Luke Skywalker nowadays. And the final figure is the centerpiece of this set, since it is Ben Kenobi's hut, Obi-Wan's home. This is Obi-Wan, or Ben Kenobi. Looks beautiful, has his Jedi robes on. He's got the old man look with the gray beard, gray hair combo. Back print is nice, and removing that hairpiece will reveal no second face, which is kind of surprising. Like, you would think they would be able to get that on there, although maybe because there's so much beard they can't just conceal it all underneath that hairpiece. Maybe that's why, but I can't imagine. I don't know why they didn't include a second piece. Yeah, it's got to be because his beard would come out and underneath on the backside of that hairpiece. I think it's just too small to cover it up otherwise, so that must be the reason for only having one face on Ben Kenobi here, but otherwise a really good figure. Let's move on to his house. Externally, I think the hut looks wonderful. I think they did a great job with the exterior design. You have the pipe leading up and out of the home here, and I believe this is like supposed to be exhaust or smoke or whatever that would come out. Not really exactly sure. Maybe it's some sort of antenna. You have another cone piece on here. Some very interesting use of the grill pieces on the set. Some windows to be able to see in and out of the home, and then back around to the front here, you have the little keypad to let you get into the house. Now, at this point, the door is open. It's really too small of a build to have the detail like that where the door would open and close. And then you also have this little crate here, which is empty as of now, as of building it the way the instructions show you, but you can of course store whatever the heck you want in there. Maybe Luke's binoculars wouldn't be a bad thing to put in there. But if you want to open the setup, you can pull open both halves like this, and then you can bring up the dome from the top like that. That is as far as everything opens. That's the most open you will be able to get this set, so that is what it looks like in its most open form. And before we go any further, I do want to note something on the back side here, and that is that there are some clips here. And that kind of gives you the indication that potentially in the future there will be something that attaches to this, which I find very odd. I don't know what they would make to attach to this, because I look at the floor plan of Obi-Wan's hut, and what would be back here is like his kitchen and bathroom, and like I don't know why that would become a set. So I don't know what that's for. Leave your theories in the comment section below, or maybe someone could make a cool mock to add on to this. I don't really know, but they kind of left it very open-ended here on the backside. Anyway, the only other exterior feature, which is kind of an interior feature, is this stove top, or at least what I assume to be a stove top, because there's some fire coming out of it, which we'll check in a second. But you have some Star Wars soup, or some sort of liquid, or what is supposed to be, is very heavily implied a liquid, even though it's Lego. It's actually just two regular circular tiles, but actually a very cool little detail in there. Now, very nice pop piece, but there you kind of get the idea that it's a stove, because you can see the little fire coming out. You also have one of the gaffy sticks from the Tusken Raiders in here. Even though the Tusken Raider already has one, there's actually a second gaffy stick included in the set that is stored inside of Obi-Wan's home, perhaps for home defense, even though he has a lightsaber. So kind of doesn't make sense to have that there, Obi-Wan. Don't know what you're doing, you crazy old man. You can see the pipework now kind of looks like it's inside, even though when you close it, it's actually on the outside. Kind of interesting design, I don't know, flaw, not really the right term for that, but you have a bunch of seats in here for Obi-Wan and Luke, and a little space for even a third minifigure if you get a third minifigure. So maybe we'll take Luke and have him, or rather Obi-Wan, have him sit down there. You can maybe have Luke stand over here and look at the Leia hologram, and then R2D2 just projecting that hologram like that, and you kind of get the idea of the kind of scenes you can recreate with this set. The Leia hologram is gorgeous. I think Lego did a great job with it, so you know exactly what it is. You can see she's even got, I think, her little hood on there. I'm not sure. Like, they got all the little details right. She's definitely got like her robes and stuff on. So very, very beautiful. The princess from episode 4, New Hope. I think Lego did an awesome job with that. Of course, that's the first time we have ever seen that piece in Legos. So hopefully not the last. Hopefully we will end up seeing that in more sets in the future. Obviously, it's very limited in its usage in the movies, but we could see Lego use it maybe in an advent calendar or something in the future down the road. Also, in the interior, we have this very large box, which actually blocks a big part of the entryway when we have it closed up. So you can see where that door would be, essentially, is where this big crate goes. And when we open it up, we'll find one of the more interesting pieces in this set, and that is the training droid there. You also get the lightsaber in here. So I've used the top of the bin as a minifigure stand, but to actually get the training droid on its little floating stand, you're going to need this piece here, and actually something you don't see very often. On one of the shelves, they actually have you pull a piece off, and just like that, you're going to put that onto the bottom of the droid there. Just like that. Very simple to do. It's just a stud on the bottom, and then you're gonna go ahead and push that into there, and just like that, you have the training droid on its little floating thing. And you can either have it just floating out in the open like that, or like they show on the back of the box, you can drop it onto the actual hut like that. And we'll take a closer look at that. It's actually very beautifully designed. I think this is an awesome piece that Lego has put together here, one that is currently exclusive to this set. I don't know if we're going to see it in the future or not, but as of now, if you want this awesome piece from the original trilogy, this is the set to get it in. And flipping it around, you'll see they also printed it on the back side. I think it's the exact same print, so a very, very nice piece, and one that you can have a lot of fun with to recreate the training scene with Luke Skywalker trying to train with it. I think that will be very fun for a lot of people, and at the very least, it's a piece that is very integral to the original trilogy for a lot of people, so it'll be nice to have for that. So all I really see the interior good for, I guess, would be imaginative play. I mean, obviously, it does recreate the scene in episode 4 quite nicely for display, but sets like these typically aren't really like the peak display pieces. Obviously, you're going to want to go something bigger if you're looking for a display piece, or maybe even expand upon this type of build with your own mock to make it better. But I mean, it's still a nice little build. I enjoy it. It's just nothing insane. It's only 200 pieces, so you're not getting anything that's overly large, which some people might have wanted something a little bit larger for Obi-Wan's hut, and that's understandable. You can see getting everything back where it's supposed to be after using it can be a little bit tough, but it's definitely doable. We'll even get Luke's lightsaber back in there. Anakin's lightsaber, I should say. Darth Vader's lightsaber. It's everyone's lightsaber at this point, right? And then we'll go ahead and throw that back in there. You also have this little like staff cane thing here on the right. Not really sure what you would use that for, but that's another little thing you can use like essentially as a stick. And then we'll try to fit everyone in here. I'm not sure if you can. It's going to be tight fit. I'll try to raise everyone's arms up. I just want to see if it's doable. Yeah, barely. I mean, like I said, it's a very small interior there, but there you go. With all your characters in there, they do fit. It's, again, just very, very tight to be able to do that. And we'll go ahead and close the roof down on there. And then the Tusken Raider can be hiding outside, peeping in the window, snatching you kids up or whatever. Hide you kids, hide your wife. But yeah, love the... I really... This is the most interesting part of the build to me still, is what is possibly coming in the future. Obviously, if you're watching this in 3 years, you might know the answer to it, but there's just a very open end to this build that could mean something more is coming. They don't usually leave clips on the outside. It's not like these clips are just for like a lightsaber, right? Like they're very clearly for something else, and whether or not we'll ever get that something else remains to be seen. But hey, who knows? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section below. Overall, for the first crack at Obi-Wan's hut, I'm gonna give Lego an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a really good set. $30. Maybe on a little of the more expensive end, but I think getting that exclusive Leia hologram is going to be a big draw for a lot of people, as well as a little training droid is going to be a big draw. I think this set is really going to hit home with the nostalgia factor for a lot of people. So I think $30 is a fair enough price. Anything higher, you're absolutely getting ripped off. Anything lower, you're getting a better deal. I would say this is a must buy at $20 and under. Anything else, you know, it's really dependent on your own personal opinion. But if you see it $20 and under, something you should probably pick up from the original trilogy. So let me know your thoughts on this set in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. You can check out all my 2020 Lego Star Wars set reviews with the end card on the end screen now.